I want to say this though.
Weighs less than a tennis ball and can jump higher than anything.
Wait.
Tiny robot weighs less than a tennis ball and can jump higher than anything in the world.
What?
In the competitive world of jumping robots, the previous record was 3.7 meters, enough to leap a single-story building.
No
This
shot.
jumper can reach.
No, guys, have you guys ever seen the robot that it snaps on the ground and just bang, and it goes on buildings? Have you seen it before? It's like a robot or a drone, and it goes right, and it goes bang on the ground. It instant snaps, and it goes on top of buildings. Man, show me. You'll watch in a second, but first I want to see that.
How do you cancel a sub?
This guy says, it's fake. Wait, it's fake? Well, it's not fake. It's not show, right? You just show it to me, man. Show it to me. It's an old world record. You see that? It doesn't count.
Onewers.
Whatever.
Reach 31 meters, higher than a 10-story building.
Oh, wait, what?
It could jump all the way from the Statue of Liberty's feet up to eye level. For something to count as a jump, it must satisfy two criteria. First, motion must be created by pushing off the ground, so a quadcopter doesn't count, because it pushes off the air. And second, no mass can be lost, so rockets constantly ejecting burnt fuel are not jumping, and neither is an arrow launched from a bow. The bow would have to come with the arrow for it to count as a jump. Many animals jump, from sand fleas to grasshoppers to kangaroos, and they launch their bodies into the air with a single stroke of their muscles.
What about
the amount of energy delivered in that single stroke
strings
determines the jump height. So if you want to jump higher, you have to maximize the strength of the muscle. The best jumper in the animal kingdom is the galago, or bush baby. And that's because 30% of their entire muscle mass is dedicated to jumping. This allows the squirrel-sized primate to jump over 2 meters from a standstill.
It has, like, you know, very small arms and upper body, and it's just like huge jumping legs. It doesn't have better muscles or anything, it just has more of them.
There are some clever jumping toys.
I feel like they're
Oh, not that one, not that one.
I used to play with these poppers as a kid.
Yeah, you flip them up
and when
and
you
put them down.
deform a popper, you store energy in its deformed shape. Effectively, it becomes a spring. And then, just like an animal, in one stroke, it applies a large force to the ground, launching itself into the air.
Emojis?
All elastic jumpers follow the same principle of storing energy in a spring and releasing that energy in a single stroke to jump. But none of the jumping toys we had could compare to this tiny robot.
Of all the things that I've ever
should go
tried to film, this is the most challenging.
Because it's so small, it accelerates rapidly and travels a huge distance on each jump.
Jeez, that's
Each
kind of
takeoff
crazy.
happened faster than we could even register. Now, jumping might sound like a niche skill, but engineered jumpers would be perfect for exploring other worlds, particularly where the atmosphere is thin or non-existent. On the moon, with 1/6 the gravity of Earth, this robot would be able to leap 125 meters high and half a kilometer forward. Rovers may struggle with steep cliffs and deep craters, but jumpers could hop in and out, fetching samples to bring back to the rover. And you don't lose much energy when jumping, so if you could store the kinetic energy back in the spring on landing, the efficiency could be near perfect.
That's kind of
The
insane.
team has already started to build an entire fleet of jumping robots. Some of them can right themselves after landing, so they can take off again right away. Others are steerable. They have 3 adjustable legs that allow the jumper to launch in any direction.
Essentially,
like
what we've
stop
done is
motion.
we've added 3 additional legs that don't store energy, but rather allow it to form.
What if
a
one
tripod
has?
form
Oh my
that
god!
allows
Oh my
it to
god!
point a direction. And
What if one has a grenade in war? So they have those, and some guys are camped up or some shit behind like some barricade, and they put him up right, like kilometers away, and bing, bang, bang, and then in bang.
launch in that direction?
But how does this jumping mechanism work? Well, the main structure consists of 4 pieces of carbon fiber bound together by elastic bands. Together, they create a spring that
It's always
stores all
military
the
tech.
energy needed
Yeah,
for
military
the
tech
jump.
is always.
At the top of the robot is a small motor. A string wrapped around the axle
Bro, isn't military funded by like billions and trillions of dollars? Of course they're gonna buy shit out first that they can use, man.
is connected to
They
the
got the
bottom
money.
of the robot. So when the motor is turned on, it winds up the string, compressing the robot. And this stores energy in the carbon fiber and rubber bands. After about 1.5 minutes, the structure reaches maximum compression.
How do you know like when to put it down?
Basically, once the bottom there sticks inward and it can stand up, right now it would roll over.
Right.
Then you put it down.
Got it.
So, as soon as you can.
And at this point, a trigger releases the latch that's holding the string on the axle.
And then all together
So
they go
all the string
bing.
unspools all at once, and the energy stored in the spring is released.
Oh, and has a slider.
The jumper goes from a standstill to over 100 kilometers an hour in only 9 milliseconds.
That's insane. Oh, look at that recoil though. Look at that recoil though.
That gives an acceleration of over 300 Gs. That would be enough to kill basically any living creature.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
But how does it jump so much higher than everything else? Nearly 10 times higher than the previous record holder. Well, this jumper has 3 special design features. First, the jumper is
Chat,
incredibly...
would it kill because when you would jump or slow that fast, right? All your organs would stretch and rip inside because it goes too fast or something?
light at just 30 grams. It achieves this weight by employing a tiny motor and battery. Plus, its entire structure, made of lightweight
Interesting.
carbon fiber and rubber, doubles as the spring. Per unit mass, natural latex rubber can store more energy than nearly any other elastic material, 7,000 joules per kilogram. And the design of the spring makes it ideal for its purpose.
7,000 joules.
Initially, they tried using only rubber bands connected to hinged aluminum rods. But with this design, when compressing it, the force rises to a peak and then
Guys, this is where the
decreases.
videos go into math,
Feels like
and
it
I
all of
can't
a
usually
sudden
skip
got a lot
this.
easier to pull.
Another design with only carbon fiber slats requires a lot of force to get started, and then it increases linearly after that.
There is more and more force required to do this.
The ultimate design is a hybrid of these two approaches. The benefit being its force profile
You
is
stop?
almost flat over the entire range of compression.
Feels like that needs a lot of
How
force.
they earn money, they don't,
Now,
like most companies.
It
they
feels
don't
pretty
earn-
steady with the
I
amount
don't
of
know.
force that I need to apply.
Probably don't.
Therefore, it provides double the which can jump incredibly high for its body size.
It has a muscle that
I'm sure somebody will find a use and will buy them out. And will military contracts, yeah. With my idea of the bomb, I mean, okay, fuck, man. Okay, don't clip that.